Kind of crazy. Becky and I went to town tonight, and when we left, it was partly cloudy here, and as soon as we were a mile down the road, from there all the way to town, it was all clouded. I didn't think we'd see that thing tonight, but by golly, there it is. So apparently we're going to get cold like they said. I figured the clouds were going to come in and we weren't going to get very cold. We'll see what we get in the morning. I was going to put a small bale or two in the feeder inside for those guys last night. Time I got around to it, they were all gathered around this thing, half climbed in it. I see there's a little bit. I can see some right there, but otherwise I can't see in there. Oh, I drug 2 bales over. That feeder doesn't hold a lot because it's not very deep. So I fed a little over a bale. The rest are sitting there. I'll get it later. This is almost full, finally. Oh yeah, they didn't drink hardly anything last night, so I don't touch that for a while, but they will drink. And when I came out, there's a little color now, there was no color, and there were stars in the sky. Now, there's just enough clouds, but there's no stars in the sky. It did the same thing last night. By the time I finished the video up, it got overcast, and it held it to 40 degrees till almost 8 o'clock last night. And by 8 o'clock, we'd been down into the 20s. But no worries. By 9 o'clock, it was 30. 26 this morning, I think. And I really got to figure something for a light up here. Then I'm kind of wondering, because, you know, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get from that pole to the peak of that barn. And there's no other electricity over here, you know, unless we steal it right off of there. I ain't going to do that. Wonder if there's any decent LED yard lights that are solar powered. Throw up there. It's either that or go clear back to there. We do have a light back there, but it points the other way. It used to be for loading trucks out when we used to always have the bins full. And, you know, the driver might show up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll get him going, get him out of here before 5 or 6. Or they'd show up at night. You know, this time of year it gets dark a little early. So it works great back there. It just doesn't do anything over here. And sound change again. When I was in the barn, I couldn't hear it. And it about drove me crazy. Because they were sticking their heads in the way and I couldn't hear the water hitting. So I was out here twice going, no, it can't be full yet. Just now. There's some color. Unfortunately, it's not picking up what's in the trees, which is coming through as kind of a light blue. Coming through way better than that. Chasing her around. Really?
Excuse you, Miss Ma'am.
You're supposed to say good morning.
Adjust it.
Yeah, that's where the chair is now.
And quit biting the
She
chair.
remembers it. She kicked Ty out of it yesterday.
Well, let's see if she does it this morning.
And Ty thinks she's biting it now. She's licking it because she's claiming it for herself.
I'm going to sit in your chair. It's yours. I'm going to sit in your chair. What are you going to do about it? I'm sitting in your chair.
You gonna let TT sit in your chair like that? You're not.
Come here.
That is not nice at all.
Come here.
She just smacked poor Red in the face.
Anybody want a 18-month-old? She's for sale.
Really cheap. We wouldn't do that.
Look. I'm bringing home the baby, Blakey.
Dealing with a little grumpy butt.
Ow, don't pinch me.
Then she laughed.
You know,
well, if that's what gets her in a good mood, just let her pinch you.
Right here was how we were. In
Yep.
that trailer.
Sitting in that chair in the corner of the trailer.
3 months old, Nikki. You were 3 months old.
Oh, by the way, her doctor's appointment yesterday. I found out this morning I was lied to yesterday. I was told she was 2'7".
Quit.
But
It's a
no,
booty.
Ty is 5'3" and a quarter, and she
No,
always
3 3/4.
Oh, 3 and
Thank you very much.
Get it right.
so she lies to me all the time. Well, anyway, she's always got to get that little tiny bit of extra. So
Duh.
apparently Blakely does too, because she's actually 2'7" and a quarter.
Yeah, I give you that quarter, huh? Can I have a kiss?
So,
Give me a kiss.
and Doc says she's doing great.
So she got 18 and 3/4 inch head.
18 and 3/4 inch head.
Yeah.
She start wearing my hats pretty soon.
Hell, when I was born,
Yeah.
when I was born, I had a 14-inch head.
What?
Can you say hi?
Yeah. Say hi, everybody.
You talking about your cows?
No.
It's yourself. You know that's
Talk
not
about
nice.
your cows. Did they go moo?
Tell him, look at the
What about
camera.
your
Say
cows?
moo. What
Cows
about a
go moo?
nene? What about nenes? Oh, do you need to go show them your cows?
Yeah, that's what she's
Oh,
trying
go
to
show them your cows. Go show them where your moo-moos are.
Hurry up. We only got
Hurry,
so
go
much
show 'em where
time for
your
you.
cows are. Hell?
She wants the whiteboard. That's the new whiteboard for the office. It
No,
came
no,
last night.
Nugget. Where's your moose
Hey,
out?
Those are the
Cows.
puppies. Are you confused to what animals are today? Those are the puppies. Where's your cows? Well, I guess that's their cow dogs. Huh. They're cow dogs, right? Looks like we're going to have some blue sky. Clouds pass through. Oh, I see a chemtrail over there. Looks like another one there. Another one over there, maybe. Kind of unusual being to the west. And I kind of missed it. It was another good shot of the sunrise earlier, but I was a little busy. But there we go. I'd zoom that in, but my hand's full. I asked Tom yesterday. I asked him the other day if he knew a good place to get stainless fittings, because that's what I'm going to use for those new floats. And he says, "Oh, not anymore." Like a lot of outfits, the outfit he was using closed the doors or can't get stuff anymore or whatever. So Scamazon it was. And yeah, I gotta oil that frickin' thing again. Excuse me. You get to look at that again while I get the door open. The floats are 1-inch pipe thread coming into them. These are all 3/4. A couple of reasons. One is cheaper, and two, it don't need to be that big. And then the garden hose adapter screw right into it. Don't gotta use bushings there. Only thing I don't have is the bushings. I think they're later today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But throw this on top of the pile of junk here, I guess. I wish Ty would put things away once in a while. Part of it's mine, but a lot of it's Ty's. No, I haven't fixed that yet either. And I gotta go through and remove that thing. I don't want all that stuff out while I'm cutting and grinding on this. So I get to try to put most of that away. Part of it's got to go back to the house so I can finish some things. Yada, 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 yada. And it's chilly in here, even though the furnace is going. And it says it's 48. It should be 50, but it's been cold enough. I know we're not out of fuel, but I'm going to come back here and touch the magic. Kick it up. It'll warm it up enough in here. Then I can take my coat off later. I got most of the stuff over there put away. Most of what's left over there actually goes not in the shop. It's covered with plywood. It'll be all right. So I was just looking at these things. See a difference in those? One package had 2 of these, which is 3/4 pipe, 2 3/4-inch garden hose. One of them in the package was 3/4 garden hose to 3/4 garden hose. The other package, marked identical, was 2 of these, which was appropriate. I know I have more. That's no big deal. And these come in handy once in a while, so yeah. Chinese, whatever. I'm not sure if they were product from China or not, but the other thing I always check to get stuff is make sure they're actually a tapered thread, because I've gotten a few things the threads weren't tapered. Those are tapered. And that goes in like it should because they're tapered. And I gotta figure where I'm gonna put the extras, because I got enough stuff to do 4 floats. Now, see how these work. I'll use 2 of these. And I don't have the bushings yet, so they'll be here later to the float. So yeah, it's okay. I just take another one out. Not that far. One piece off. I just took the bar and bent it over and pried it off. A whole lot easier than cutting everything. And I got to be careful here. I'll just take and cut that weld right there. These I might not do anything. Well, I'm going to have to, because that's still a piece of that crap. I'll probably just do the same thing, because it doesn't take long just to smooth that off, so the other piece will set in. I do got to grind that out, clean that up, and of course all those and these. That was so good. That's far out, how far out it was off of that piece, because that's where it was a straight line. And that was an original weld. I did those two when we put it together. Becky's having fun trying to figure out how to shuffle money, especially when Smells Fart and Go. She can write a check and then deposit into the farm account, but it'll be anywhere from 10 days to 15 days before all the money's there, because Smells Fart and Go does that. Or we go into Smells Fart and Go, take out cash, go to the other bank, put it in. Problem with that is they won't give you that much cash at one time, if they even have it on hand. I didn't notice that hole in that before. One more thing to contend with. Looks like I can cut a piece out of there and just put a piece in. Hopefully I've got a piece close to the right size. And if it goes straight across instead, well, oh well, life in the fast lane. Because I'm not going to try to bend it, I don't think. We'll see. See what happens, anyway. And apparently we're delivering those steers Sunday. They said if we can get it done before 9 a.m. Saturday, good. Otherwise, they're free to do it all day Sunday. So I don't want to be on a time crunch in the morning, especially if it's going to be frozen. Where I got to get, I don't feel like sliding off the road. So yeah, I didn't oil the bearing this time. I got in because I think what it's doing is that one bearing on the drive end. It's the edges that for some reason aren't. So took the cover off, sprayed a little fluid film on the edges of the bearing, turned it on, and it's quiet. Go figure. Well, I cheated a bit. I did cut, since that was welded solid, I cut that with a cut off, and I cut a little of that with a cut off. And yeah, that piece I had to cut out with a cut off. And all the trimming, I started grinding, and I wasted a brand new flat disc just on this side. I should screw it. Grab the torch. Bad thing is, shit happens. I got a hole to fill from the torch. And got that piece out. I got to get these dug out. This is actually real live water pipe here and here. I remember trying to get those on the right curve. That was a bitch. And that down there was the piece out of there, which was the original. Just see where we sectioned here and here. That was one piece. But hey, look at that. Look at all the gobby tracks. Yum. And then I saw that. Not much I can do, other than hopefully it's set right side up out there long enough for it to drain out. I may cut a little piece out just to make sure it's clean. And I'm just going to cap over it. The inside's good. A funny story, I was working on one of these. Well, let's see. I started a TikTok account going on 5 years ago now. At 4 years, they banned me. I still don't know why. They wouldn't explain it. They locked me out of everything. I could not even salvage any of my videos. I know I've talked about that because it was on the 28th of June. Right after I'd put a video up about Dad helping me from beyond the grave, getting that plunger spindle off the new baler. Anyway, there was a kid on there, expert welder, you know. He was like 20, and like, dude, I got about 40, 45 years of welding on you. He was giving me a bad time when I was working on a feeder. He didn't understand stitch welding with a wire feed, and he didn't understand why I didn't take the grinder and just hog on stuff. And I told him, well, for number one, the original paint is thicker than the metal on these things. And for number two, it's really not much metal. I mean, this one's still in pretty good shape. You know, I touched it with the grinder. But I was just burning stuff through. And it makes an ugly weld, but when you go over it a couple times, you burn through and you make a decent weld. It holds. It's just ugly. Kind of like some of these are. And keep in mind, I didn't clean anything up along there. I did this because I had to get a little out. There's still original weld here. Well, mild weld above what was on it to begin with. And yeah, I know, we got some of these. They'll pick off. But there's what we got. And I knew I was going to have a wrinkle someplace. And apparently I got the sheet a little closer to the bottom than it should have been. It's where it's set and laid in fine. That's actually the upright behind it. Sticks out. And it still had to fill a 1/4 to a 3/8 gap on those. But anyway, there it is. Oops, see, I left a little goober. You can see, focus. It just burned out. It ain't going anywhere. It ain't gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna come back and redo it. And I had to fill holes here from trying to torch off what was there. So one sheet is on. Oh yeah, people wonder why I got a wheelchair in here too. I can stand up to do all that. I'm sitting in the wheelchair right now and actually lean on the armrest on it and do all that. And I learned something today. I very rarely do vertical up. I've never had good luck doing vertical up, whether it was, 40 years ago with a stick or any time with a wire feed. With this really shitty stuff, that's all vertical up. I know it's not pretty because of the material I'm working on. Galvy on one side, rust on the other side. But it went way better than down. I was surprised because down I couldn't stay ahead of the crap pool enough. So anyway, I think that's it for today. That sheet's on there. It's way heavier. I mean, I told Tom I wanted 16 gauge. That's going to outlast the rest of the feeder, I'm sure. But then, of course, this thing sets in the manure, however deep. So, and now Becky's wondering where my DeWalt's are. Well, she's got both of them in the house. Texting me, asking me where it is. I don't understand. Steals all my tools, so I don't have them. And then, what does she need 2 DeWalt drivers for? So anyway, I got to go feed, fill water troughs. God knows what tomorrow morning is going to bring. So thank you all for watching. Hope everybody had a great Friday. Just Friday, right? I think it's Friday. And hope everybody has a great weekend. Oh yeah, Thailand snuck out of here with Blakely, and I didn't even know it. I even had the door open. When I started, I did grind a little bit, not a lot. Needless to say, not a lot, right? I had to open the door. It was so nasty in here. And it worked out good. I needed the door open for doing the galving anyway. But I never even heard her leave. She was there, then she wasn't. So I did not get any more video of Blakely. But we'll see her Monday, right? At least that's the last plan I heard. So that's enough, Gavin. Thanks for watching, everybody.